Hey guys, Jen from beautyriotx, and today we have the new ABH Norvina Pro Pigment Volume 1 palette. You get 25 shades in here. Looks like there's 15 mattes and then about 10 metallic shimmer satins of some kind. So I haven't touched this yet. I haven't swatched it. I did get it from Sephora. It was $60. I got it during the VIB sale, so I got 15% off, so I only ended up paying about $51 for it. With tax, it ended up being like $53. So we're gonna use it for the first time today. I'm gonna do my normal feed through, stop if I need to talk about something specific, one look on each eye kind of thing. If you've never watched me before, when I try out a new palette, I'll do a different look on each eye just so I can use as many colors as possible because I only have 2 eyes. So if I just do one look, I'm only using like a handful of shades. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a expert. I'm just a beauty enthusiast. I'm a collector and I just love makeup. So don't come for me if you're not fucking impressed. I'm not impressed with myself most of the time. So what drew me to this palette honestly was the mattes. Metallics are always beautiful. Who doesn't love like glittery things? But mattes really draw me in. And honestly, the mattes that drew me are the oranges, the reds, the yellows, and like that mustard shade. The purples, I don't really have an inclination to go for. I will use some of them today because they're in here. But if it was mostly purples, like I didn't get the original Norvina palette, nothing about it interested me. So yeah, I'm just gonna shut up now. We're gonna go into this. And after the try on, I am gonna go into some other aspects of this palette, some other interesting details that I didn't notice about this palette, other palettes, and the pricing and the quantity that you get from ABH as a brand with their eyeshadows. So I thought this was kind of interesting. I didn't come up with this discovery. Another makeup artist did, a very famous one, and I'll credit him and all that stuff. I actually haven't watched anybody else's video on this. My opinion of this will be my own. So let's just shut me up because I could do this forever. Okay, I'm gonna talk about something real quick. And first off, does anybody have a part of their eye they always have an issue with? Mine is right here. I have hooded lids, and right here, if I don't smooth this perfectly, I end up doing like a corner and it looks horrible. And if I don't get rid of it fast enough, it sets and then I hate the way it looks. And it's set and I hate the way this corner looks. So it kind of like, it's hard, it's like impossible to get rid of. Yeah, I guess that helped a little bit, but anyway, I'm just gonna have to ignore it because it'll drive me nuts if I keep looking at it. So I will say, I did take a look at the ABH website, and there are, I didn't mention this in the beginning, if I'm reading this correctly, it looks like there's 16 pressed pigments in here. And I'll put a picture on the screen and show you which ones are pressed pigments. This also came with an insert. Ooh, that sounded weird. An insert. Pressed pigments are these shades, and it says not intended for use around the immediate eye area. Where else are you supposed to fucking use them? They're eyeshadows. Anyway, you have been warned. So I will say, purple shadows are tough to blend. They're tough to packs of pigment, and these did packs of pigment. They blended really nicely. Did come out a tiny bit patchy. I don't know if you can see. And I put down a primer. I used a concealer base, but like it is a little patchy right in the middle there. So it's not flawless. I mean, there are issues. It did seem actually kind of flawless when I put it down, but the more it's sitting on my eye, the more it looks like it's picking up and going away. All right, so I guess we'll see how that looks by the time I'm done this eye. I'm gonna go on and do this eye. I don't know, I'm not sure how I'm gonna finish this eye. I might do a cut crease, I might do a halo, I'm not sure. But let me pop over and start this eye, and then we'll decide how we're gonna finish both of these. All right, give me a second to prime, and then we'll come back and we'll do something over here. So I kept it monochromatic kind of on each side, just because I wanted to get a feel of like the pops of color. So I think because I want to try out some of the metallics on each side, I'm gonna do a cut crease on both sides. And as per usual, any shades I don't use, I'm gonna swatch for you guys so you can see how they perform. So give me a second, I'm gonna put my cut creases on and we're gonna check some of these out. And I think we're gonna go in with this beautiful shade right here on the outer edge, and then this pink metallic shade as we get closer to the inner corner. Samantha Ravindal recommended this Smith brush for putting down metallic shades. She's like, it's just as good as using your finger. I don't find that to be the case. Let me try it with this. I've had it for a while and I've been trying to use it. It's not bad. Like, it does put down shadows. I find my finger better. But I mean, I just think my finger's better. It's unfortunate because it's a very expensive brush. Go with that light pink metallic shade right here. And on this side, I think we're gonna do this orangey kind of shade towards the outer edge, and then towards the inner corner we'll do this gold. I know it's not incredibly interesting, but I mean, like I said, I'm just trying to use as many colors as I can, and then again, I'll swatch when we're all done. Oh my god, this is like a gorgeous duochrome of gold, coral. Oh, wow, that's really pretty. This might be like one of my favorite shades. Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh, do you guys see how pretty that is? Wowza. All right, and for some reason, I make a huge mess when I try to use my finger towards the inner corner because I guess it's just too big for that side of my eye. So I'm gonna go in with that gold metallic shade towards the inner corner, and I'm gonna use just like a little sponge tip applicator for this part. It's very, very pretty. Wow. I think this side might be my favorite. All right, let me finish the rest of my makeup, put on some lashes, come back when I'm a little more presentable. So give me a second to be right back. We'll do some swatches and talk a little bit more, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay. I'm gonna swatch a few of the shades I didn't use, starting with the top row, and the only two shades I didn't use are the last two, which are the gold and the matte pink over here. I used this in my inner corner for the purple side, but I'll swatch that too because I didn't actually use it on camera. All right, so here are the only shades left in the top row that I didn't use. And my hand might have like a pinky undertone because some of these shades do stain. The shades in the second row that I didn't use are the bronze right here and the last shade right here, which is one of those matte shades with some glitter in it. The glitter you can't really see once you apply it, so it may as well just be matte. Third row, the white shade, this kind of rosy shade, and this maroon shade right here we didn't use. And they are right here, and they all look and feel very, very nice. In fact, every shade that I've touched feels and looks very nice. In the fourth row, the only shade I didn't use was the black, so we'll swatch that. All right, so the last shades that I didn't swatch, I feel like I feel the only shades left I didn't use are the black, and I'll swatch this one because I only used a tiny bit on the lower lash line, so you didn't really get to see a good amount of it. Okay, so first impression wise, I think everything applied beautifully. I think everything blended beautifully. The purple, the B4 shade, the very first deep one that I used, did kind of end up coming off as like I sat here and talked to you. Like when I first showed you at first, I had to reapply it a little bit, but that was the only issue I found right off the bat. This was made in China. On the back it says made in PRC. Whenever you see it say PRC. Okay, so I'm going to put a picture on the screen. This was discovered by KevinJamesBennett. He's a famous Hollywood makeup artist. He's a cosmetic developer. He's an Emmy winner. I think he brought this out to our attention. So Beautylish listed the amount of product you get per palette, per pan in here on their website, and he kind of brought this to attention on his Instagram. So you can go read this for yourself, but I'll put this screenshot on the screen, but it's credited to his Instagram. But it raises a good point for ABH's regular palettes. So their regular subculture, their modern renaissance, all these palettes. This is $60. These are usually $42 in that range. And he says something's not adding up here. Either the 14 color palettes were overpriced or the new palette is lower quality. Personally, I see what he's saying. I think these are overpriced. So you're getting better quality for the money here. I think this is absolutely worth it. That comparison is making me think these palettes aren't worth the price. But that's also subjective because it all depends on if it's worth it to you. Do you love the modern renaissance? Is it worth it to you? If you love modern renaissance and it's worth $42 to you, then absolutely it's worth $42. And you are fine getting these size pans and you think they're worth $42, then there you go. So I absolutely see his point here. Basically, we're getting less for our money here. Which one is worth it? I think this one's worth it. We're kind of getting screwed a little bit here. But you know, I paid for this myself. I'm not on ABH's PR list. I don't imagine anybody would want me on their PR list. Judging by what I just used, I think this is a very good quality palette. Everything worked great. It all looks very nice. But I do see what he's saying here. And that was a very good, a valid point. I mean, that was a very good question. I mean, why are these so expensive? So anyway, this was about the Norvina Pro Pigment Palette Volume 1. I think this is a very nice palette. I hope she comes out with another one, and I hope it's got more fun colors in it. Maybe not so many purples, but I want to see more. I want to see more. All right, so that was it. Did you guys, anybody get this palette? What did you think? Did you love it? Were you not impressed? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.